4 days time.
Our daughter's gonna marry a guy she just met in Bali, millions of miles from home.
I just really want to kiss you. It's like I looked up for the first time and realized everything I ever wanted was right in front of me.
She's throwing her career away.
Just like her mother did. So I'm the only one who can stop her. She doesn't listen to him.
Oh, champagne.
Oh, 2, please.
Just leave the bottle. Thank you.
I imagine this must have been the easiest yes in the world. You're filming in Australia, you're filming with George Clooney and Julia Roberts. Like, did you just instantly were like, yeah, I'm there?
Obviously, yeah. It was an immediate no-brainer. I fell in love with the script. I had always wanted to work with all, and then obviously George Clooney and Julia Roberts, and working with them, I knew it was going to be just such an exciting experience, and also like I knew that it was a really good time when I read it, but then I knew it was going to be a good time making it, and then that magic was just going to light up on screen, I think.
Yeah. And for you, like this,
I was contemplating, like, am I ready for this? Am I really ready to play a movie like with George Clooney and Julia Roberts? And so, but yeah, I mean, I guess I did say yes, but I was just like, all right, we'll just see how it goes, you know. And thank God, bless his soul, he's just so nurturing and like so passionately like involved with me thinking about that. And he's like, yeah, it's all right, you know, everything's gonna be okay. So.
I think it's if you say no, you're an absolute crazy person. It's like, well, is that me?
I think the hardest part isn't to say yes. The hardest part is to get the part by auditioning, because we still have to audition.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah, well, by all accounts.
You just want to say that.
I just want people to know that we, you know.
Lucas Bravo still auditions.
No, that's not.
Okay.
It's not that. It's just like I don't want people to think that you do one project and then the world opens up like the sea and in Moses.
Okay.
Let's just not get caught up in this. Let's just move on.
Yeah, but by all accounts, it was Kaitlyn who was like, I need a best friend. Billy's going to be in it. Was that the case? And had you worked on Booksmart together, did it make it easier to come up with this friendship straight away?
It was, I mean, being Kaitlyn's best friend is the easiest job in the world.
That's not what she said.
That it's what'd she say? It was tough. I get it. I don't know. I'm a bad person. But no, we didn't get to do that many scenes together on Booksmart, but we got super close anyway. I had her hair in my mouth, so it's hard to not get close to someone when
it's a icebreaker.
Yeah, it really is. Her hair tasted really good.
Vanilla.
It did. It's so good. I don't know. I gotta get her shampoo's number.
Or 06.
Yep. Yeah.
Private joke.
Okay. Not
Circling
a
back.
joke. And then so doing this movie was like just a walk in the park, as they say, to be her best friend again. I wish my whole career was just playing Kaitlyn Dever's best friend. If you know any scripts,
obviously
available.
when they come my way, I'll send them
please
away.
Send them over.
Yeah, I mean, it's such a rarity that you get that kind of opportunity to work with someone again, and it's someone that I genuinely love so much too. And we were so excited because in Booksmart we didn't have a lot of like one-on-one time, and then we knew that we were going to get that in this one, and you know, it definitely helped, and we were going on so many adventures whenever we could on the weekends, and she's just the best, and doing those scenes with her was just so much fun.
Yeah, I was going to say, because obviously this filmed under restrictions, so you were in a bubble together in Australia, so that must have helped create this kind of vibe on set. You see it in like the outtakes at the end and that kind of stuff. It just seemed like a really fun experience to watch.
Just us in that bubble.
Yeah.
Island.
This small, very, very small island. We were all driving around on golf carts, and I'd pass by Max down the road all the time. It was really fun.
Absolutely. Lucas and I were quarantining at one balcony away from each other. So there were some things thrown back and forth, you know, contraband, jokes, you know, glances.
Sometimes glances, I mean, you didn't know that I was glancing, but they give us, it's weird because we were in quarantine at the last floor of this really tall building, and we arrived and all we had was like just goggles. you know, nothing else.
Yeah, not goggles, binoculars.
Binoculars.
Yeah, goggles would not have been helpful at all. You're just walking around in a goggle with a snorkel.
And so we were just like, all we could do is like creep around and look at people from a distance and be like, oh, life.
Yeah.
And then I saw her.
But to bring it back around, it definitely made us all closer because we got that like pre-filming experience of throwing things to each other, and so we were immediately close.
The production was enchanted by this news.
Yeah,
that we were standing on a 50 stories building, trying to pass each other a bag with like a broomstick.
Yeah.
Yeah. Could have been bad.
Memories for a lifetime, truly.
And one of the standout scenes in the film is the beer pong scene, because who doesn't want to see George and Julia doing some dad dancing, playing drunk? Like, how was that to film? Luke, did you get to see it? Because you're not in the scene, but were you around on set to watch this happen?
He was the photographer that night.
They asked me, production asked me to, I was always hanging on set with my film camera, and so they were like, oh, maybe you would like to...
We love French
It's just a prop. I want to look like a hipster. And so they asked me to take like set pictures, and I said yes, but I didn't know how to work around this camera, so I was just there.
But he was there is the point.
I was present.
Yeah.
Yes.
And it was one of the funniest scenes of all time to witness. Didn't really need to do much acting because
they were really embarrassed.
I was humiliated. No, I was actually really impressed. Like, I wish I could dance like that. I cannot. I do much daddier dad dancing than George. George makes dad dancing look cool.
I'm guessing the hardest part was not corpsing when you were on camera. Like, that's the true acting. Being there, that's the true acting, not laughter when it's there.
Yeah, genuinely. But also we were just kind of like, what is going on? This came out of nowhere. We were not expecting this. It was supposed to be more of like, I think it was supposed to be more of a choreographed situation. And then, it just... I remember it just literally like it came out of nowhere and they really went for it, and we were just you, me, Billy, were just sort of standing on the outside of camera going, what's going on?
Yeah, they just went, and watching it was even more funnier, I feel, because like you just remember all those stuff happening, you know. It's like, oh my god, this is so funny, and then. Yeah, I think
it also happened so fast.
Yeah.
Like they did it so quick. Like the sequence in the film, you would think that it kind of took a while to shoot it.
That's
it was
true.
like literally they did it in like
Yeah, and even though obviously this is an original property, people have expectations because it is this classic rom-com. It is Julia and George. Like, how were their expectations of what you thought they were going to be to what they actually were on set and filming? Was there anything that particularly surprised you about them two?
I mean, I think, you know, it's super hearing their names and knowing that knowing their work and knowing who they are. Obviously, it's really daunting and nerve-wracking thinking about it going in. And they were both everything that you would hope they would be and more. I just really admire both of them so much. I mean, I could go on about George and Julia. They just really were just so kind and so sweet and down to earth. They really made everybody feel very comfortable and really set the tone. It was really, really, really awesome.
Yeah, and I guess it's something as well, as we said before, like we're talking about like Bali, and it's something that I in my expectation was like, oh, this is gonna be like I'm representing kind of the whole Indonesia, like everybody is already talking about it there, and so I have this like I have to make this right, you know, I have to really just hit everything on point so that they really feel like it's authentic and like they, you know, like, oh my god, this is a movie about Indonesia, you know. So it's a lot of expectations from there.
Really liked in this film, like you see a lot of Indonesian culture. You can imagine a version of this film where they kind of skim over a lot of that, but it's really a big part of the plot and the story. Was that important for you? Was that another draw of this film, that you did see that culture?
Oh yeah. I mean, that's the thing. Like we'd like to really show in a global market, you know, to really show like what's Bali like, you know, with the whole customs and the tradition, and how we're just so connected with also like the modern stuff that's happening around the world, we're still very in touch with our traditions, really. But we were Bali. They're very good at mixing both worlds, and I think that's what we were trying to show in Tickets to Paradise. You know, because Good Day is very much in touch with nature and also like willing to bring that to the world. You know, and so yeah. That's pretty much the gist of Good Day.
and Lucas, obviously you worked on Emily in Paris, a rom-com, that kind of frothy, upbeat rom-com. Did that help you when it came to this kind of film, or did you take any lesson from Emily in Paris into this?
Yes, I brought the fluffiness of it into Australia to make it even fluffier. I think it's a different character from the show. It's more. There's something a bit boy next door in the show, and this is more of it's just a very innocent, naive human being who just wants love and wants to be validated through someone else. So it's all about that trauma of being accepted, and he doesn't know it yet. He doesn't know that he needs to be alone and figure things out. So he just projects all his insecurities in Georgia, which is fun to play. Insecurities are always fun to play.
Ol Parker has spoken about how he wrote this as like a response after the pandemic, like take everyone back to those kind of classic rom-coms, uplifting and inspiring. Is that kind of the vibe you want viewers to get from this when it comes out next week? This kind of old school charm?
Yeah, and just like we keep saying, like, I just want people to be happy. I think there's a lot of like really heavy movies out there these days, and we need that because that's how life is. Life is heavy, sadly. But it's so nice to be able to go to a movie and smile and laugh and see these beautiful people. And not me, but
you are a beautiful person.
It's okay. Thanks.
I mean,
thank you.
It's my serious moment of the interview. You're a beautiful person.
Anyway.
Are we uncomfortable yet?
No, I'm fine. No, but people need this.
Yeah, it totally. I think it's a total escapism type movie, and I think it's also, it's after the past few years we've had, it's been sort of a little scary and unknown, and it's been really rough. And I think I feel like all of my friends and everybody saw this trailer and they were like, I'm so excited to just go to the theater with my friend and have a good time watching this movie. And it really kind of does bring you back to that classic rom-com feel. But with the two of them, it's just magic.
Yeah, completely agree. Yeah, that's on point.
Does it sort of ruin rom-coms for you now? You're like, I can't do another rom-com. Like, how am I going to top this?
So high.
I know, right? I don't know how I'm going to do another rom-com like in this.
Billie, for yourself, you're typically more known for like American Horror Stories and the kind of heavier stuff, as you say. There's a comedic edge to all those shows. I know you absolutely cannot say anything about season 11 of American Horror Story. But what is it about that show that keeps you coming back for more each time?
Anything Ryan Murphy wants me to do, I will always do, no matter what it is. He is my hero. Hey, what? No, but he's given me some of the most incredible opportunities. I've gotten to play such a crazy wide range of characters with him, and like I've gotten to be a witch, I've gotten to be an aerobics instructor. We'll see what I am maybe this season. I don't know, a minute or something. But it's I love playing those dramatic roles, but getting to do this kind of comedy stuff is my jam too. I like it all.
Yeah, definitely. And Lucas, the Emily in Paris fans were left on a bit of a cliffhanger at the end of season 2.
We were.
Season 3 is coming up.
We really were.
Along a similar line, are you going to be as good as keeping the secrets as Billie was there? What can fans expect when season 3 comes back to Netflix?
They can expect. It's pretty self-explanatory. Well, what made this show successful will be in the next season, with more twists. Okay. Everything is just amplified. I feel like Darren went a bit crazy with this writing this season, and he's living with us and writing as we shoot. So he's getting inspired by our lives and the things we say and the places we go to, and he just like injects the Darren Star magic bubble in the middle of that, and it just goes sideways, and then we just go to set. And
are you gonna make more omelets?
I will make A lot of omelets.
Good.
Perfect. You could have brought some here, like, every chance.
God.
We're hungry.
did.
We're always hungry
I
journalists.
did.
Yes.
I brought my pans.
Good.
I actually got a lot of pans delivered in the mail. Did you know that? Did you know that I got like 100 pans? Like more than 100 pans.
Do you have space? Do you keep them all?
No, first I gave pens to all my friends
Yeah.
and family, and at some point I just
I
stopped.
never received one, so.
I just wished the main instrument for Gabrielle was like, I don't know, like something I can sell.
Right. You could sell pants.
And a key part of the film is Lily deciding to go against what she thought her life was going to be and ended up making her own path.
Yeah.
So for you guys, is there something that if you weren't doing this, have you always thought like, oh no, maybe I'd have gone down that path in life, different career, different experiences?
I mean, you said yours was pretty, your getting involved in acting was pretty spontaneous. But
Yeah.
I
mean, it's always been like, it's an excitement, you know, to be involved in like something where it's just like out of a whim, you know, because it's just like, you have no idea what's going to happen. You never really like thought of it, like what it might hold in the future, you know, you just go for it. And I guess this is the same acceptance in Lily's part, you know, she just doesn't really know. But I mean, this is what I feel, but like, I think Lily's always had like a good idea of what her future is like, and just meeting Good Day maybe kind of like, oh, this is something new and it's something very like exciting to actually not know what's going to happen in the future.
Opened her eyes for sure. But yeah, I don't think I've ever, I don't know. I kind of have always, when I was little, I kind of, it's very rare, but I always felt like I wanted to be an actor my whole life. And I don't know if I'd ever, I don't imagine myself switching paths, but I think maybe if I did, I don't know, I could be like...
I'd be a chef.
Just go and become a seaweed farmer and
Yes,
you've got all the experience now,
I could be a
so
seaweed
it's fine.
That's true.